yeah, basically draw Baleful Mastery, play it on Teysa, Time Warp, and then just get insurmountable amounts of value. Hello YouTube, welcome to this fine day. Today we are going to have a look at Muldrotha of the Gravetide in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by, you know, just having a good Sultai value shell and then bringing all your permanents back over the course of multiple turns with Muldrotha the Gravetide. So Muldrotha allows me to play a land and a permanent spell of each type from the graveyard once per turn. So that means I can't play 2 creatures necessarily from the graveyard, but I can play a creature, an artifact, a land, an enchantment, and so on and so forth. One of each type, basically, each turn from the graveyard. I still have to pay the mana cost, but this is great value. So Muldrotha is not necessarily a turn 6 play. Most of the time it is not a turn 6 play. You basically play Muldrotha when you have run out of gas, and then you bring your the things back that they previously killed. A lot of people go into a self-mill direction with Muldrotha to have more options, but I don't want to go that route because I just want to draw good cards that potentially go to the graveyard on their own. So things like Kiora Best Sea God, it is a saga, and sagas are great value for Muldrotha because they eventually go to the graveyard on their own. Right, Eldest Reborn can bring stuff back while going to the graveyard as well. And then you also have things like Outland Liberator that can just really hose the opponent. If they're an enchantment or artifact-based strategy, each turn you can bring this back, sacrifice it again, bring this back, sacrifice it again, over and over and over the course of multiple turns, and just destroy their artifacts or enchantments. Similar to that, we also have a counterspell on a body with Malevolent Hermit. We can sacrifice the Hermit, counter something unless they pay 3, and then bring it back. So that is also just beautiful value. I try to have an kind of even spread on all these things. I still run some counter spells. Like I can only bring one thing back per turn, so there is no need to just play permanents. I'm still playing like good cards like Extinction Event, right? So yeah. Also insane cards here are Demon's Disciple and Plaguecrafter. They pretty much do the same thing, where they come into play, sacrifice themselves, and then the opponent has to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker, and just that every single turn. That's just massive. Yeah, anyways, hope you enjoy the list. If you do, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and if you don't like it, just comment down below how much you hate it. See you in the games. We are ready to play against Wrath Capuchin, and flash decks can be tough to deal with, so let's see how we do against them. Kind of want more ramp. Like, this hand is kind of okay, but I'm not going to cast Assassin's Trophy or Binding of the Old Gods in the near future, and Time Warp is not that great. Yeah, let's move. Probably a better hand. Let's play Evolving Wilds. And I'm not even sure if I wanna play this. Probably playing this on black. Do this. Grab a black. We currently don't have green, but I think this Muldrotha can solve that problem. Okay, or not. But this is kind of fine because I still, like, I don't have green cards in hand, so I'm not in a rush. Ooh, they're missing land drops. That is... Ah! It didn't miss land drops, god damn it. Can't afford to get this green out. Yeah. And fetch lands are especially fun with Muldrotha because they go to the graveyard on their own. That's pretty great. Green. Yep. And I think I want to start taking up this Blast Zone. Just for future plays. I feel like it's not very effective on one. So I am going to take this time to take up the Blast Zone. And remember, Ref Capuchin has Flash and basically gives everything in their deck Flash if they build it that way. So I want to at least keep some mana up to counter the Ref in my own end step, or Infernal Grasp it, right? Okay, we do have a bunch of removal here. Could Phyrexian Scriptures to delay the Ref. No, I think this is fine. Okay. Just not doing anything, which is great for me. Start taking up the Blast Zone, and sure, let's leave it on 4. That allows me to get rid of their commander. 5 is also a very, very crucial number, I believe. Do I currently need to do something? No. I'm making land drops. I'm making progress. Infernal Grasp versus removal spell. I think the Memory Lapse will be pretty great later on. And let's destroy this commander. Still wanna value my land drops. I could have blast zoned it, but don't think that is currently the correct play. Very Master of Time, huh? Sure. Draw, discard, sure.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Don't mind if I do. Destroyed Fairy, nice. Oh, and that's a land drop, that's really good. Could have Eldest Reborn as well, but I kind of want to keep up mana. That's just the thing. Treasure map. Going to Memory Lapse that actually. Because they're missing land drops. So they're going to miss more land drops here. Kinda wanted to play Muldrotha with Swan Song backup. Play you on green, Muldrotha. Okay. They didn't have a counterspell there. So I could have just played Evolving Wilds from the graveyard. But I feel like playing it safe was pretty good there. I wanna... Do I want to bring this back as a creature? Probably not. Well, I always bring back this creature, but I can evoke it from the graveyard, so it costs less and immediately draws me cards. Okay. Let's try to draw land, shall we? No land. And we play the Fable Passage, so we have blue up for this Negate or the Swan Song. And I'm currently not feeling this Languish in my hand, I believe. Doesn't seem... Whoops. Resolve. Still wanted to attack. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I have a bunch of board wipes here. I think Language is probably the least useful out of them. I have so much removal. Yeah, they're missing the land drops, and then me just like setting them back with this Memory Lapse on the treasure map was really brutal. Yeah, let's negate this. So now yeah, okay, they surrender. But I negated over Swan Song because basically, Swan Song doesn't hit Planeswalkers, but I'm super not afraid of Planeswalkers with this Playcrafter and the Eldest Reborn in hand. So, yeah, GG. We are ready to play against Izoni. And... kind of like this hand, sure. It's a bit slow, but I'm on the draw. Mana is a bit awkward. Mana is perfect. That's how we roll. Okay, I think I want to play out the untapped land here so I can activate the Guild Goose. Leyline Prowler, sure. Yeah, I like just removing that with the Demon's Disciple. Stop the ramp. Pass the turn. Then this will fetch me blue. Morbid Opportunist, sure. Oh, this is so good, because now I trigger Revolt. A permanent left the battlefield this turn. I could have also just cracked the food to do that, by the way. So, like, I could have cracked the food, use Fatal Push. Even if I didn't have this fetch rank, this would have worked out, basically. But now I just remove this value engine here. And I pass the turn. Yep. Sure. Cube is fine. And I'm not going to try to save the goose here, I have enough removal. I could... I think Infernal Grasp might just be better to remove that. Because the... Well, Tail's End and Bloodchief are both as Planeswalkers, but Azoni... I want to stop Azoni from entering the battlefield, so I kind of want to save the Tail's End for the commander. Assassin Trophy also deals with Planeswalkers. Like, the most mana efficient player is just Bloodchief thirsting this cube. If they play Planeswalker, I can still just... that's fine. If they play... I can still just Assassin's Trophy it. And the great play here is I can now... Yeah, inspect it. Are they bringing their cube back?
Mummified assistance.
Nope, they don't. So that's great. So I could Muldrotha and then Fable Passage, bring that back. But I kind of just want to deal with this Planeswalker right now.
Wipe that smug look off your face.
Man, I'm just, you know, creating more and more food, which is pretty neat. Oh, that's indestructible. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure at which point I need to start eating the food, because I have too much and I just want to start gaining the life. But this is fine either way. Muldrotha enters, now I can block. And yeah, now their board is very not threatening. The really important card here for them is the Underrealm Lich, giving them a ton of card selection and milling them. Yeah. Get a... Not the blue source, maybe. Sure, Tail's End. And... Yep, counter you. This takes a lot of tempo out of them. They could actually attack with everything. It's not the worst play, actually. Now I just... Well, the problem is... The Demon's Disciple is kind of inefficient. Because they have a reassembling skeleton that they can bring back over and over. But I don't have another creature to play from the graveyard, so, you know, I can't just do that, probably. Let's see. Wanna fetch black next, probably. because I need double black for this Castle Lock Twin, and then I have more black for this Infernal Grasp at the same time. Maybe the opponent forgot that I'm just giving them a nice Yorgo. Oh, a good game? Ah, interesting. So they just stroked me and surrendered. GG. We are ready to play against Layla. And, oh yeah, this is the exact hand I want against Layla. Sure. So start with Hive of the Iron Tyrant into Duress. Just a bunch of counter magic. Exactly what I want in this matchup. Beautiful. Legious Landing is absolutely fine. A finisher as well on top. We can only take one thing here. Bunch of nice cards. Want to prevent this Legion's Landing from flipping if I can. Seems that won't be too hard though. Sure. I wanna shock this in to keep up Swan Song. Or anything that is potentially annoying. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's play green. We keep up Assassin's Trophy. Together with a Swan Song, I might add. Which is pretty great. And I think I need to get rid of a Layla with this Assassin's Trophy if they play it. Hopefully they don't have another land drop. Yep. Sure, that's fine. Oh yes, beautiful. I give them another land drop with this Assassin's Trophy, but I just want to prevent them from going wide to flip this Legion's Landing, basically. Okay, play around Catacombs, I believe. Sure. Fine with that. And I think this might just be a time warp to ramp. Like, it's not going to be like a super special cool time warp where we do neat things with it. That is fine. So yeah. Sure. Let's redraw. And we can use that to I think they just have a bunch of removal for Muldrotha, so let's see. Gonna Thoughtseize you. Let's see. Oh yeah. Goodbye, Ugin. And I kind of misplayed there. So I should have played this Fabled Passage for sure. The reason being is I wanted to... Well, that's a pretty great turn for them. Reason being is I wanted to play Muldrotha and play a land from the graveyard. So yeah, this is one less card in hand. Block this. Pretty great. So our life total is going lower and lower. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So we have a Languish for that board, which is really great. And I do enjoy that quite a bit. Sure, let's grab a green. I'm just a bit annoyed how I wanted to play this Fabled Passion from graveyard basically there. Oh well. But now we have a Muldrotha with the Swan Song up, so I feel pretty safe there, and I guarantee the Kiora Best to See God next turn. Elspeth conquers death? More like Elspeth gets countered to death. They do get more and more creatures here, so I have to watch out. I think I will take 8 damage overall here. Yep. And I'm going to play this Kiora Best of Sea God, and if they play their commander into it, and then think that they are safe from the steal effect because they have an ult seed, that's where I get them. So yeah, my sequencing here is Kiora, because and then a Languish afterwards. Sure, let's grab a black. Kiora. And sure, let's swing in. Gotta put on the pressure. Still have a blocker for the out seat, and I can't block these flyers anyways. I really hope they just play their commander. That would be so great. I mean, gotta languish either way, right? Beautiful. And an Elspeth Sentinel. Oh, yes. Yes! Oh, this is beautiful! Oh my god, let's go. We're doing it. They're flipping the Legion's Landing. Which I think makes sense here. I go down to 4, but now the real game starts. So we start swinging. Yup. We play land from the grave. Yup. We languish. Sure, we pay for the Elspeth Sentinel. And then we are going to crack this beautiful land for a Tamiyo. And that Tamiyo is likely going to plus on something. Don't think it matters too much here. I can minus later on for something that I need.
For my study.
What do I need? What do I need?
Find my notes helpful.
A finisher. A finisher. Oh yeah, and honestly, one way we're finishing this is with Narset Pardo fails. Because that prevents them from drawing more cards. So like we win on the board already, so that's pretty great. Also, yeah, that's just lethal. I just noticed because yeah, they can like play blockers, but I can just minus Tamiyo on Time Orb and then just swing in over and over and over. GG. We are ready to play against Judith the Scourge Diva. Let's see how. Oh yes. I was going to say, okay, I'm probably looking for a board wipe against aggro. Lo and behold, we have the Meat Hook Massacre, because we have very few ways of gaining life actually in this deck, but one of them is the Meat Hook Massacre, and that is pretty great. So yeah, oh, this is a bit awkward because we kind of want to. I think I want to lead on the Balakat recovery for sure here. Yeah, seems good. And then hopefully we draw something. Well, it's awkward either way, right? Because we can play the Snarl untapped, but this still comes into play tapped, and now is the time to play this untapped. Play this to come and tap, but then the Snarl comes and tap. It's a mess. It's really a mess. Yeah, I'm just going to play this. Need my double black source for later. If they play Judith, what am I going to do? Maybe they're just swinging, activating the knight. Okay. We went first here. I would have probably just read. Oh, you like that? Yeah, that buys me some time. Sure, Demon's Disciple. The problem is this knight is really big. If they just swing in, bring back Guarded Bounds. The artist. Ah, this hurts. Didn't have enough for the interaction, I believe. And the Banehound. Okay, I need to wipe this board. They're left with a Knight of the Ebon Legion. And I'm still dead, actually. Oh, that's pretty cool, though, from them. So yeah, Meatok Massacre. And I do gain life, but basically I'm losing that life immediately. And then they can just activate Knight of the Ebon Legion for lethal here. Yeah, this knight basically saved the day because it got too much toughness here. Yup. Judith. And I don't think there was anything I could have done there. Yeah. If I had like a fatal push for this knight early, that would have solved a lot of things. But as is, this knight is lethal. Or is it? No, it's +3/+3, not +4/+4. Ah. Am I still in the... No, I'm not. Yep, I'm dead. Yeah, well, still a great game. GG. We are ready to play against Teysa Karlov. And, ooh, Extinction Event is always great against decks that want their creatures dying, not exile. Yeah, great. This Counterspell is not particularly active right now, but I can make it work. Play you. I'm keeping the basic in hand right now. In case I draw a Snarl or something like that. Well, no, I'm not blocking that. No, thank you. Okay, yeah. So we just do the Oracle of Moldai, I think, don't we? Yep. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. And into a Mind Stone as well? This is insane. No attacks. So this is all of the... like, the whole board is even, which is kind of awkward, right? Kind of awkward. No blocks. But I'm just getting a ton of value from these cards here. I could play Narset here. Sure. Let's go with Narset. Going to activate, peel this.
Open mind.
Wait, I still have a land drop, right? Yeah, I still have a land drop. And boom. Let's just play Muldrotha. I meant to click on blue. Arguably this is even better. Arguably, but whatever. Fracture, sure. That's completely fine because I have Muldrotha as my commander. Sure. I'm not even blocking that. I'm gonna wait a bit here. I want a fetch land. That's what I really want. So I can then just like keep playing lands consistently. And actually, I'm just going to crack this mindset to have a land on top, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Blue. Blue. Going to cast an artifact, Mindstone. Going to cast a Planeswalker, Narset, damn it. I didn't mean to type it that way.
Present and future are
Activate
bound by
Narset.
hone your prowess.
Search for Escanta. Well, that's a pretty good one. So I could play... Yeah, I think I still just want to ramp here, though. Sure, put you on blue. Then... Oh, I don't even have a removals, but yeah, the Heartless Act was on top and I shuffled that away. Anyways. Yeah, we're just getting more and more and more value. And I'm going to time warp when my time comes, basically. Just slow rolling it bit. Glorious Anthem. This is getting interesting. Narset immediately dies again, but we can just play Narset. That is pretty cool.
This is overwhelming.
Cruel Celebrant. Oh, okay. Okay. Put it into graveyard. Yep. Oh yes. We can draw a card here and then just I think it was basically what I would have done here is just draw this Baleful Mastery, remove the Taser so they don't get more death triggers, and then Meathook can massacre the board. So everything dies except my Muldrotha. I can slowly replay my cards like the Oracle and the Lotus Cobra. And then just and I probably would have done this with an extra turn, so like Time Warp 5 3 4 5. Yeah, basically draw Baleful Mastery, play it on Teysa, Time Warp, and then just get insurmountable amounts of value. GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And Muldrotha the Gravetide is a pretty cool value Sultai commander. The whole deck, I think plays pretty neat. You can be a bit more like, you can just throw your resources out left and right, basically, and then just play Muldrotha and get them back repeatedly. So that is pretty cool. If you want to play this deck on a budget, though, what can you cut? What do you need? And it's not a cheap deck, but at the same time, a lot of these crafts are staples, in my opinion. Like, you want to have a Counterspell in your collection, probably. You want to have a Tail's End. You want to have a Lotus Cobra, Assassin's Trophy, Meathook Massacre, Uro, right? Time Warps, Liliana, Swan Songs. Like a lot of these are staples, which I would recommend you to craft anyways. And then the same goes for the lands, basically. You don't need the man lands, and Phyrexian Tower is kind of cool, for example, with something like a Ravenous Chupacabra, sacking that, bring it back again, bring it back again, right? But also not needed. What you really want, though, is fetch lands. So probably the one land I recommend you to craft in this deck is the Fable Passage. And you can, if you don't have all these cards, and I know not everyone has all the staples. What at least I consider staples, right? What can you replace these with? So these can be basically any counter spells, or just like general interaction. Right, just like Hero's Downfall is also something that kills Planeswalkers. Just interaction is the name of the game, and you don't need your interaction to be permanent based necessarily. At least not all of them. The important cards to have here, like this is, there are not a lot of actually you need this otherwise the deck doesn't function cards. All these cards are like enhancing the strategy, so that's why I think Muldrotha can probably be started from a low budget. Your lands are going to be really nice. You want some fixing lands for sure. You don't need all of them, but you want some of them for sure. And also like I don't think something like a Dark Ritual is not needed in the deck. It basically is like you can ritual out Muldrotha to start getting value from the graveyard again, so you go faster, go down in card advantage, but then go back up in card advantage because your Muldrotha is earlier on the field, right? again, some finishers. If you don't have these, just play big dumb planeswalkers, big dumb finishers, can even be creatures, whatever you prefer. If you don't have these, just play board wipes. If you don't have like Baleful Mastery, Murderous Rider, so Memory Lapse, just play other interactive spells. Just something to kill the opponent's cards with. And if you don't have Tamios and Uros and Searchfire Cantas, these are your value engines, and you want, I think, a lot of your value engines to be permanent based as well, so you can keep up going in cards again and just not have the problem that, okay, I played my whole graveyard, but it's not enough, but I can't draw more cards from this, so what do I do? Yeah, so you want your card advantage engines to be permanent based as well. Here, that is the important part. What you put in there, that's your decision. Yeah, this is ramp. You can play other ramp. Overall, the deck is very strong with the cards I'm currently having, and you lose obviously out on some power, but there is not a single card that you need to make this deck function. That is basically my final verdict on this whole list. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you tomorrow.